got something to say about MH370 we could talk about.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Malaysian Airlines.
Yeah, because...
Do you know what's happened to it?
Yeah, it flew over the farm. I saw it that night, and it landed... I'm pretty sure it's in the Southern Ocean, south of Windy Harbour.
It flew over the farm?
Yes. I had my birthday party that night.
Yeah.
And I woke up the next morning and heard about the plane disappearing. And I had a really late night. All my friends left. And I remember I heard a loud noise which sounded like an airplane, and I remember walking out the front of Jen's house, my mother-in-law's house, and I looked up in the sky and I could hear this really low-flying aeroplane. I saw lights of an aeroplane really low going over the farm. Never happens before because no big planes ever fly over the farm, and never that low. And the next morning I woke up to the news that MH370 disappeared.
Have you told anyone this?
And my mother-in-law heard and saw it as well. She saw the lights and heard the noise of the big plane, like a jet plane, like really loud. And we could see the blinking lights in the sky. And I commented on multiple Facebook posts and mentioned it here and there to friends. But yeah, and then I saw the documentary on TV the other day where they did more research. And it actually fits in the radius where it could have gone in that time with the fuel it had.
Yeah, right.
So I'm convinced that it flew over the farm. It also fits early in the morning. I checked the time of Kuala Lumpur time compared to Perth time, the distance, and it's in the radius where it could have flown. And I'm convinced it crashed in the Southern Ocean, south of Windy Harbour.
Wow.
So I don't think anyone ever searched there.
This is it, 1 million hits for our very first YouTube upload.
I don't know. And I'm pretty sure there were Facebook posts on some local Facebook pages, and other people had heard that aeroplane that night as well. I think there was a lady from Manjimup who thought she heard something and saw something.
Wow.
So, yeah, I don't know who else to tell.
We've got to tell the internet.
Yeah, I don't know. They haven't searched in the Southern Ocean down there.
Yeah, no, and everywhere they've searched that they think it hasn't been there.
Exactly. So it could be south of Windy Harbour on the ocean floor. Just an idea.
Wow.
Should send someone there to search.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw some interesting lights from Salmon Beach. We were fishing on the beach, and I could see what looked like a light.
Yeah.
So to the right, I looked like maybe lights on a beach somewhere up there.
Yeah.
And then they just kept going out, like past the land, over the ocean. And I was with a friend called Jade, and I pointed out to him, wow, that's interesting. But it was really bright, like a helicopter light or, car lights.
Yeah.
And they were coming out, and it was sort of going out on an angle. And then it sort of hung in the sky, and then it was just going like zip,
God.
zip,
UFO.
zip. I don't know, but it was lights that just kept going out,
Yeah.
and up and down, and just doing all of this stuff that's physically impossible. And I talked to my friend Jade, and then we had finished fishing. We walked up the beach, and you could still see the light going way out, like higher, and talked to some other fishermen that were there, and they could see the light, and yeah, it was quite interesting.
Wow. Have you heard or seen anything suspicious, Graham?
There's no such thing as UFOs, children.
That's what I think. That's what I think.
No, not UFO-wise. I haven't seen anything strange. I've seen a snail that shouldn't exist.
A snail?
Yeah, like the size of a Besser brick.
What size is that? Wow. Alive?
Alive. We reported it, and they thought that we were high on mushrooms or something. But it was on a mountain that Polly and I both saw it.
Yeah.
And we were living on Mount Jerusalem National Park, which is near Mullumbimby. And it is remnant rainforest from the rainforest that used to go all down the east coast. And we had this extreme storm. Part of the reason they didn't believe us was because 20 metres before we saw this snail, we saw half a snake black and white snake writhing around on the forest floor.
Half.
Half.
Okay, did you take a photo of it?
No.
Not of the
We
snail
didn't
either?
have mobile phones.
Okay. Oh.
And yeah, I know. We in retrospect, we're like, someone should have stayed with the snail and then gone and got help or a camera or something like that. But then we also sort of were thinking about if it got out this snail existed, previously undiscovered giant Australian snail, much bigger than any other Australian snails that are documented, probably wouldn't exist for long.
Well, it could have had your name as a discoverer.
Could have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it still will. I mean, we did report it.
You could go back there and look for it.
It had scarlet markings though, all up its sides, and we had someone come and try and convince us that it had no shell.
But it had one.
It had a shell because it was in a puddle of water and we were worried it was drowning. We thought those scarlet markings might be some kind of thing, so I actually picked it up and moved it. And part of the reason we didn't do much more than that is because it was the start of our walk and we came back the same way. We were like, oh, well, we'll see how far it's got when we come back.
Yeah. But it was
just
gone.
Completely gone.
Yeah. Hours later or a day later or...
Oh, no, just like 45 minutes
Okay.
later.
Oh, fast snail then.
Well, something ate it, or it morphed back into the fourth dimension.
Interesting. Yeah.
Well, that's all from us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look out, Joe
Oh,
Rogan.
I forgot to record the separate audio.
What do you mean?
So the audio's being none of the microphones were
Turned on.
turned on.
Ah!
So
Video?
the audio would be recorded by the 3 cameras.
Oh no.
But yeah,
But it
You'll have
was
to get a
green.
track from them.
but you've got to hit the button.
So we didn't record us. I
Not-
thought it was
not from
green.
this.
It's red recording and
Red's
green.
recording.
Yeah, green.
Why,